What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today we are getting right to work. We got home yesterday from Mexico. I don't want to waste any time at all. Check out what we got going on today. Today we are pulling the engine. Mr. Rodney here, Rodnocky STI. We're pulling her engine today and we're gonna tear it down. We have two Rodnocked STIs to fix. I decided I want to tackle this one first because I don't know why. Just because I bought this one first. So let's get her loaded up on the lift and dive into it. My very favorite part, draining the oil on a blown engine and seeing how much stuff is in there. This thing is so freaking clean. I'm amazed. Quite coppery. It looks very used. Extremely discolored, but very coppery as well. All right, it's been a minute since I pulled the Subi engine. Let's do a quick breakdown of underneath the car, what we need to remove and disconnect to pull the engine out. Well, we have the oil draining. We have the bell housing bolt. So there's two up top for the starter, a bolt and a stud with a nut on it on each side. Of course, there's only one starter. And then I'm gonna disconnect the downpipe right here, two bolts there, one bolt there, and then there's 5 pieces of hardware on the turbo. Then the downpipe will come off. We have 2 motor mount nuts, one right there, one right there. I'm going to drain the coolant and put that in a bucket. If it's clean, I'll reuse it. If not, I'll toss it, and then I'll pull the radiator out, which means we'll have to disconnect the radiator hose as well. From underneath the car, that is about it. As the coolant drains into the bucket, let's go ahead and pop off some stuff up top. So intake, intercooler piping, battery, alternator wiring. I'll pull the power steering pump off, set it aside. Downpipe hardware, some stuff for the IAG air oil separator that's on here. Radiator does have to come out as well, and a couple of other little things. So my external mic just died, so if the audio sounds a little bit different or not as good, I apologize. This is where we are at right now. All the bell housing bolts are off, downpipe is off, radiator's out, AC compressor, power steering. We are gonna go ahead and pull off this pitch stop mount right here. We have this spring, we need to pull that. We gotta pull the starter. Clutch slave cylinder comes off. There will be a hex cap underneath the slave cylinder. We're gonna pull that off and then thread an M6 by 1.0 thread long bolt into the clutch fork pin. Pull the clutch fork pin out, disconnect our fuel lines, attach our cherry picker to the engine, and hoist the engine on out. We're so close. About an hour later, we are down to a complete long block, so we're gonna go ahead and pull off the heads. Unfortunately, today's Saturday. I was trying to get the heads into the machine shop yesterday so they can go through the heads and get everything rebuilt for us, but we're gonna have to wait until Monday, of course, now, because they're closed on the weekend, but we can still get the entire thing torn down. I have a feeling it's pretty bad because it hardly turns over and it hardly ran. It was very tight. We are now down to a short block. while the block's still on the stand, I'm gonna pull the oil pump, the oil pan, all that stuff off. We're gonna throw all that away. Of course, we're not gonna reuse the cooler, the pan, or the pump, the pan, the pickup, any of that junk is all going in the garbage. You wanna see some carnage, bro?
Is there some carnage?
This is ridiculous.
I wanna see.
Hold this real quick. I thought there was one rod that was loose. Every rod.
How does that happen?
Floppy. I don't know. He said he was doing 170 miles an hour when it rod knocked, so he's probably at 38,000 RPM. And there was like half the oil in this thing that it should have been. Look how hot it got. I mean, look at the crank, bro. It's fucking...
Oh yeah. So then they've got to be, at least one's bent, right?
No.
No?
Oh. Is there even a bearing? Holy hell. Dude, I have never... Dude, those things were spinning non-stop. I've never seen all four floppy, ever. But now I have.
You really sent it.
It's a stock ass car, how do you do that? So our shop is a mess, which is okay because this entire thing is torn down. So the crank is bad, of course, all the rods are shot, pistons, no point in reusing. Cases are good, so we can get those bored out or go to a closed deck. We're not using these cases for this build. I have plenty of other spare cases here that are ready to go. And here's everything else. Valve covers, oil, cylinder heads are perfect. Thankfully, this car must not have been ran for too long with the rod knock because there's no scoring on the cam journals or anything, which I was worried about. But yeah, like you guys saw, all four rods. All four rods spun the bearing. Yeah, that's what happens when you, I don't know what that guy did. I thought I did it pretty good in Bobby's car, but that only spun one. How do you spin four? Very interesting. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Gonna wrap it up right here. Hopefully in the next episode, we can start building an engine for this car. There's a couple little parts that we need, and then get a motor back in this thing, and hopefully make it look cool and nice and faster and reliable. I'm not doing a stock motor. We gotta do a little bit of a built motor on this thing so this never happens again. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.